March 1861. A cold wind cuts across Washington City. The nation is on the brink of collapse. Inside the Grand Chamber, America's elite gather to witness a moment many of them still refuse to accept. A frontier-born lawyer, tall, gaunt, and awkward, has just become President of the United States. His name is Abraham Lincoln, and within minutes, an insult meant to humiliate him will instead redefine dignity in American leadership. The United States is fracturing. Southern states are seceding. War feels inevitable. What history will soon call the American Civil War. At the center of this crisis stands a man unlike any president before him. Lincoln was not born to power. He grew up in poverty on the frontier. His father, Thomas Lincoln, worked with his hands, farming, carpentry, and shoemaking. No prestigious education, no wealthy lineage, no social pedigree. To many in Washington's aristocratic circles, his presidency feels like an accident of democracy. The chamber of the United States Capitol is packed. Senators, judges, generals, diplomats, financiers. Silk coats and polished boots, old money and inherited influence. Lincoln rises to speak. A murmur ripples through the hall. Rail splitter. Backwoods lawyer. Country president. Then he begins. Fellow citizens of the United States. But before he can continue, a man in the audience abruptly stands. The voice is loud enough to cut through the chamber. Mr. Lincoln, do not forget that your father made shoes for my family. Silence slams into the room. Some suppress smirks. Some avert their eyes. Some lean forward, anticipating embarrassment. This is not merely a personal jab, it's a class weapon, aimed at the legitimacy of a self-made president. All eyes lock on Lincoln. He stops speaking, looks directly at the man. There's no anger in his face, no flinch, no shame, just a steady, searching calm. Then Lincoln answers quietly, "Sir, I know that." A flicker of satisfaction crosses the interrupter's face, but Lincoln continues. "Not only for your family," he says, "but for many families here." Several heads lower. "My father was a shoemaker," Lincoln goes on, "and I am proud of that." The air shifts. He was a master craftsman. If there is any gentleman present who still wears shoes my father made and finds fault with them, I would gladly repair them myself. I, too, have learned the trade. No one moves. The insult has dissolved, transformed into something else entirely. Moral authority. Lincoln's humble origins are well documented. Thomas Lincoln worked as a farmer and carpenter and belonged to the frontier laboring class. Abraham Lincoln frequently expressed pride in his working-class roots and respect for manual labor. However, historians note that this exact shoemaker insult exchange is widely regarded as a later anecdote popularized in the late 19th century. It reflects Lincoln's character and known views on labor dignity. But the specific incident cannot be confirmed with certainty. The chamber understands something in that moment. This man cannot be diminished by origin. He does not hide his beginnings. He honors them. And by doing so, he elevates every honest trade in the nation. There is no calling so humble, Lincoln adds, that it cannot be honorable. The statement lands far beyond the room. Lincoln's life embodies the harshest version of the American promise. Born in a log cabin, mother dead in childhood, less than a year of formal schooling, self-educated by firelight, farm laborer, store clerk, flatboat worker, lawyer, legislator, defeat after defeat in elections, yet persistence without bitterness, because he believed a radical idea. A person's worth is measured by work and character, not birth. The aristocrat who spoke now stands frozen. He cannot respond. He meant to expose low origin. Instead, he exposed smallness of spirit. Around him, others reassess what leadership looks like. Not polished lineage, not inherited status, but grounded integrity. America in 1861 faces a defining question. Is this a nation of hierarchy or of possibility? Lincoln's answer is embodied, not declared. A shoemaker's son can lead a republic. That conviction will soon guide him through civil war, emancipation, and the redefinition of American equality. The power of this moment lies beyond wit. It rests on three enduring truths. Dignity is not inherited. Labor is honorable. Character outranks class. A nation that scorns work, Lincoln believed, cannot sustain freedom. Lincoln finishes speaking. For a breath, the chamber is still. Then applause begins. Scattered, rising, swelling into thunder. The loudest silence belongs to the man who tried to shame him. His head lowers. Lincoln bows slightly in acknowledgement, as if honoring the father whose hands shaped leather and the son who shaped a nation. Debates about class, work, and dignity continue in America today. But Lincoln's response still echoes. Respect lies in craftsmanship, not status. Human worth rests in character, not wealth. Leadership rises from responsibility, not pedigree. History has known rulers of fear and rulers of force, but rare are those who can transform insult into shared dignity. Lincoln was one, which is why a story about shoes became a story about America.